And give your knees a nice big circle around. I'm almost done fiddling with my screen here. And holding on to the front of your right shin, extend up through your left leg and get the foot working, flex and point. And draw the leg, the left one into you and massage the leg, the inner and outer leg. And really press into it with your fingertips. It might be a bit uncomfortable. Get that inner outer knee up the thigh. These are really good hormone points. And then holding on again to the front of the shin on the right side, extend through that left leg and send it down. Stabilize. Take your back ribs, slide them up toward your head. And then let your shoulders relax down. And there's a tiny little arch at the lower back and circle your right knee. And think of starting the fluids, getting the fluid in the joint capsule starting to, sorry, I didn't get that sentence out very well. Start to lubricate the hips. Just by starting here. And pull the knee open to the right. Press the left hand on the left hip. Reach underneath that right leg and add a little more pull. Notice if how your breath is this morning. Is it short and kind of stuck? Give it some attention along with the joints, along with everything else. And bring the knee back into the center. Extend out through your right arm and bring the knee across. Reach through your left foot and out through the crown of the head as you take that right knee over. Inhale, getting long. Exhale, gently turning, your left ribs toward your right. Looking out toward the right hand. Going to reach that right arm over the ear, and you're going to slowly roll toward, okay, so this is the time where you want to grab that thing that you had that was maybe a little bit heavy. So maybe it's a block or whatever it was in your left hand. So we're just changing it up a tiny bit here. So the right arm is up on my ear now. And in my left hand, I grabbed my 2-pound weight, so not very heavy. And I'm going to roll toward my right arm, the pillow of my right arm, as I extend my right leg. I'm starting to roll toward my right. My left arm goes up in the air. What holding on to something does is it just is nice little sort of, I don't know, it just lets the muscles, the arm bone kind of sink into the shoulder socket. And I'm going to roll toward my tummy. My left toes, the ones that were back there, come to the floor in front of me. And I'm in this twist, and I'm going to look to my left hand. So I'm rolling toward my stomach side. I'm keeping that left arm up in the air. And it's this interesting twist. And I'm looking toward that hand that's above. Let's do it again. We're going to go back, roll to our back body, bend the left knee, left foot flat. I'm going to look at the thing in my left hand. And again, I'm going to push off my left foot. Left foot comes in front of me. Using those toes, I'm going to steer myself toward the floor, leaving that left arm up. Steer back through the toes. One more time. Left foot goes down. Reach up through that left arm, roll toward the tummy. So I'm in this weird twist. And then back through the toes. And then put that object down on the right side. Hug both knees in and circle the knees. And go the other way. place the feet on the ground and let your knees windshield wipe down and out a few times. And slow this movement down and notice the difference between left and right side, if there is any noticeable difference. Let both knees drop in, stretch both legs out. So you take this mini Shavasana. And while lying on the ground here, notice any difference between your right and left side. And notice the overall sensations in the body. Is there an anxiety level or a tension level, an alertness, or something that's not usually there? Let the jaw get quiet, the teeth and the tongue, and breathe in deeply. And exhale. And breathe into the whole torso, the whole circumference of the torso. Inhale. And exhale. What I notice is that my right side it has more contact with the floor right now. So it feels just a little more dense, a little more heavy in a good way, and a little more awareness in that side. And then draw the knees in and extend up through your right leg and begin to flex and point that foot. I want you to pay attention to the inner line of the leg. I find that line is just subtly starting to contract into my body over quarantine time. Like I'm noticing that I'm rolling a little. It's not huge, but more toward the outer foot, and that inner side is almost shortening. So as you work this, see if you can keep your foot level. So I'm flexing it and pointing it, but I'm noticing this kind of shortening or withering or atrophying of this inside leg. So I'm trying to extend up through the inner ankle bone, inside of the ball of the foot, and just bringing that awareness makes it quite a difference. And I've noticed it. I've noticed it throughout the day that part of my leg is getting weaker. That's where I'm weaker anyway, but it's showing. And then massage the leg. And go for the inside and outside, like especially by the ankle bone and the knee. Grab those areas and up the chin and thigh. I just found a really good place to kind of attack. And then hold on to the front of the left shin and extend that right leg all the way down. Let it root as you circle that left knee. Both directions. And notice if there's anything going on in that hip capsule and that hip. And the quality of the breath. Let it get a little bit more powerful. Open the knee up to the left, hold behind, and give it a little bit of a pull. Yeah, make some space in there. The right hand is weighing down the right side. And then bring the knee into the middle. Shift your hips just a little to the left. Reach out through your left arm as you bring your knee across and turn your head to the left. Roll your left hip away from your head and reach through the right toes and out through the crown of the head. Breathe in deeply. Drink it up. Exhale, let the chest open. Repeat, inhale. And exhale. And now you're going to take that object in your right hand and sweep your left arm back by your ear. It's going to make this pillow as we roll toward it. So my left arm went by my ear. My right hand is holding this object up in the air, and I'm straightening my left leg. I'm rolling toward my belly. I'm raising that right arm up, and my right toes come in front of me. So I'm in this twist. And it's like, I've got the thing. And then I'm rolling onto my back again. Roll to your left all the way toward your tummy. Reach up through your right arm. Roll to your belly. And back. What the object does, aside from kind of just help you clarify what we're doing, it sinks the arm bone into the shoulder socket nicely. Left arm back, right toes reach in front, reach up through that right arm, roll to your belly, and you will feel like a stopping point, or I feel a stopping point. I'm respecting that. And then onto my back, one more, because it's kind of strange and fun. Reach, look the whole time, I wasn't doing that, toward the right hand. See it in almost your peripheral vision. That twist is happening up into the cervical spine. And then onto your back once again. Then put the object down and just lie flat for a moment. Oh. And see if you can feel both sides now on the ground differently from before. Just notice any changes now on that left side, or maybe for you it's on the right side. We did this a bunch of weeks ago, and back in real life, real in-person life before, not this exact one, but these Feldenkrais movements that that work through the whole spine. And one of the things that I love about it is it stretches, or it helps the neck relax and shoulders in a way that, I don't know, it's like when I go directly at my neck, sometimes it gets more tight. So this is sort of a clever way of doing it that really works. And you might even feel your shoulder blades on your back body more. There might be more consciousness there. Hope so. Now bend your knees and windshield wipe the legs again. We're going to roll to the right side and come on up. Good morning, everybody. Now I want to be where you can see. Okay, hopefully you can see. We're just going to start to take the feet. My feet are comfortably apart. So they're hip widths a little wider than my hips. So I have a nice soft base. I'm going to start to take the chest forward and back. Forward and back. So last week talked about how often, instead of actually moving the shoulder blades, we just move our chest. Now I want you to do that. I want you to move your chest forward and back, and notice how the shoulder blades they follow this action. So as the chest goes back, the shoulder blades go wide. As the chest goes forward, they contract toward each other. They retract, they protract. And forward and back. And now see if you can take your ribs side to side. That's harder. You can move your ribs. I had to bend my knees to do it. And then see if you can put it together. Take the ribs left, chest forward, ribs right, chest back. And make a circle. And you can go the other way. Ribs left, they sink back, they go to the right and forward. Can you kind of isolate the rib cage here? I mean, the shoulders are definitely coming along for the ride. But can you initiate this movement through the ribs? Maybe the arms go forward. And then let's try it with the arms a little bit. So add the arms, reach the arms forward as the ribs go back, chest goes back, and arms swing back as the chest goes forward. You take the chest back, arms forward, and then take the arms up and around. Chest goes back, arms go forward. Swing the arms up and around. A couple of these. And I'm a little bit clicky all in my shoulders here. And then shake that out a bit. You guys don't have to face sideways. You can face any way you want. I was just doing it so you could see a little better. We're gonna interlace the fingers like this. Get a little closer like this. So my knuckles are facing away from my body and my palms are squeezing together. Yeah, and my knuckles are forward like this. And I'm gonna reach through the arms. Bring my hands back to my chest. And I'm gonna turn the knuckles toward me, palms away from me. Extend the arms and back to my chest. So I'm flipping them away from me and toward me, bringing them back in. So extending them away from me, bringing them into my chest, flipping them over, knuckles go away. Now, I'm gonna take the arms up, overhead, up, overhead. And then down, into my chest, knuckles away from me, away from my chest, in, turn the hands toward me, palms out, away, up, down, in, flip them, out, in, flip them, take them away, up, down, in. Let's do this pattern one more time. So knuckles go away from me, extend the arms, back to my chest. Turn the knuckles toward me, press the palms away, take the arms up, back, ribs slide up, yeah, in front and back in. Now we're gonna take that same thing, but on a different angle. So, well, maybe a little different. We're gonna reach the knuckles away, turn to the right, and as I turn my feet too. Bring the hands in, flip the palms away, lean toward my front foot. Take my arms up overhead, back in front of me, into the body, and away. So push them away, in, out, up, down, in. One more time this direction. Knuckles away, in. Flip the palms, up, forward, in. Let's turn to the left. Okay, so just come a little bit more in so you can see. So I'm turning toward my left foot, and I'm on a bent leg, so I'm really using my legs too to help pivot. And I'm reaching the arms away, and I'm leaning. And in, and out, up, down, in, out, in, out, up, out, in. One more, lean. Oops, I got that wrong. Away, up, down, and in. Shake it out a little bit. Maybe the arms feel a little, turn to your center. Just move your arms around, see how they feel. We're gonna interlace the fingers and keeping bent elbows, we're gonna start to take the arms in a circle. Now I'm keeping the fingers interlaced, but I'm pulling on them apart. And I'm gonna start to take those arms, so I'm rounding my body as I circle the arms around me. So I'm pulling the belly in, and then I'm going into a bit of extension as I take the arms back. And go the other way. And slow the movement down And I see that, me included, there are certain parts of that circle that I don't like getting as much as others. And so I'm kind of skipping it. Bend your knees, you guys, so there's a little more play. And so you can get the arms around your head. Bend the knees. Include the lower body, the intelligence of the lower body. Good. When you feel even, shake it out. And lift the shoulders up and down. Really simple, just up and down. And see how their arms are feeling. We're going to circle the shoulders up, forward, and down. And see if you can leave the spine out of this and leave the arms straight. So take the shoulders, shrug them up, forward and down. And go the other way, lift them up, back and down. And see if you can concentrate on the sensation of the shoulder blades drawing together, away from each other, together, and those different planes on your back. And then take your left shoulder forward. Start to rotate that one forward. And take the right one back at the same time. Left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. And then left shoulder back and right shoulder forward. Try to do this at the same time. Just a little, tiny little brain teaser, nothing too hard. And now, with the arms straight, we're going to try those same circles around, but this time without bent elbows. So interlace the fingers, take the arms back, side, around. Oh. And go slow. Don't make this too big because the ribs might be a little bit sensitive. It's asking a lot more of the body with the arms straight, a lot more. Switch the cross of your fingers as you switch directions of the circle. And you can let the head be part of this. A couple more times. With straight arms, good. Good, good, good. Good, I see some of you are being gentle, that's good too. And then shake them out. And just try the rotation of the arms, see how they're doing and how much you have to turn the chest to rotate the arm. So keep your hips, bring your hips a little wider than, your feet a little wider than your hips. Chest squared forward. And then rotate the right arm around and see if you can do that without turning the chest or the hips. And then the left arm. And notice if it's where the limitations are, if any. And then swing the arms forward. For me, it's a lot easier to do. Notice if there's any impingements. And shake it out. Notice if the neck was being held or the jaw. And just take your hands along from the ear, from the top of the jawline to the chin and sweep a couple times down the sides of the neck a few times. And take a deep breath, hand on chest and belly, inhale. Let out sound, ha. Open your face, inhale. Let tension out, ha. Releasing through sound. I'm going to stand sideways so you can see, but you don't have to change direction. I'm going to take the hips forward and back. It's just gliding the hips forward and back like we did with the chest. I took my feet pretty wide. I'm trying to isolate this movement in my pelvis. And letting the knees bend. Notice if the lower back making any things. And this is really where I notice I'm starting to roll, and I'd like you to pay attention too. I'm rolling to the outer edges of my feet. That's one way I can tell this atrophy or this shortening is happening in the inner line of my leg. So I'm trying to work against that. I'm pushing down through the inner ball of the foot. And then bend the knees and take the hips side to side. Take your time. Try to go side, right, and left. And then let's put it together in a circle. Glide your hips around. And notice if there's any sticky points in this circle. And sometimes the brain just can't do it. Sometimes the brain, for some of us, does not like to circle and go the other way. And you may find one direction possible and the other one kind of eludes you. And take a gander at your feet or feel into your feet. It's good to rock, use all the corners of the feet, but notice if you're favoring a certain part of your foot. And feel into this. Let's go the first way. And the second way. And then stand. Stand in Tadasana, feet a little bit narrower than your hips. And lift your toes up and press the inner ball of the foot down and the inner heel down. And then the outer ball of the foot while still keeping the inside rooted. And the outer heel. And then lay your toes down. And take a look down there. And what I see is a lot of good blood flow, color in my feet. And my feet look much better than they do throughout the day. They look evenly, the weight is evenly distributed on the earth. And my inner ankle bone is the same level as my outer ankle bone. And then when I press through those points, I feel a lot of awareness through my legs and engagement, really healthy, good engagement. I could run or move in any direction. And it's stabilizing for my spine. Do you feel that? I feel my spine's held really well. And I'm able to lift my chest without feeling it collapse onto my lower back. I'm gonna make a little adjustment by sliding my back ribs up toward my head. And that's helping me engage this strong, super strong front sheath of the body. Now I have more awareness in my shoulders, so I'm gonna take my shoulder blades, just rest them on my back. And now I'm breathing circumferentially into the whole torso. And I'm thinking of myself like a sphere, spherical. And then spin the palms open. Inhale, breathe up, and whoa, you might notice that your arms go way up more easily. And then bow forward. Whew, nice. Sitting down for a bit and shake out your head. Let's walk the feet back and come into a down dog and start to alternate feet. Switching our plane of awareness here. So with our head down, I'm bending one knee and pressing to the opposite, just rolling and marching through my feet. And I'm noticing here again for me, that inner line, it's pretty subtle, but I can tell is not as long as the outer line. So I'm gonna pay extra attention. I'm slowing down for that. And I'm pushing into the inner foot, inner heel. And that creates a lot of different sensation down my leg. And then when you feel even, press down through both feet, both heels, and see if your arms are stretching well, if your shoulders are on your back and you're pushing through your hands. And then lift up onto your toes, lean toward your hands, and lower your knees. Glide your shoulders toward your ears and back down. And I'm gonna kneel for a second. So this is what it looks like, open chain. I'm taking my shoulders forward and down, like this. But we're doing this closed chain on our hands and knees. So it's harder. So shoulders forward and down. And now see if you can circle. Actually, I'm gonna slow this down. So I'm gonna face you so you can see.
I'm gonna spin my biceps to whatever degree, we're all different, some of this is genetic, biceps forward. I'm gonna spin them forward. I'm gonna bend my elbows. So I'm gonna spin my biceps forward, bend my elbows, take them out, and straighten the arms. Spin the biceps forward, bend the elbows. Circle the elbows wide. So I'm coming into internal rotation and straighten the arms. Bend and circle. Turn the elbows forward, bend, elbows close, elbows wide, internally rotate and straighten. Do these circles a couple times. The key is to turn the arms. So biceps go forward, external rotation, bend, elbows go wide, internal rotation. Let's do it one more time. External rotation, bend. Elbows go wide, straighten. Now keep that internal rotation. Bend the elbows wide, squeeze the elbows in, biceps are forward and straighten. So we're reversing the circle. Internal rotation, elbows go wide, squeeze them in, and straighten. This way works my biceps differently. In a way that's harder for them. One more. Oh. And straight arms. Let's do a little spinal flexion and extension. Lift your tailbone, lift the crown of the head, and look way, way up. You'll feel the shoulder blades retract onto the back. They squeeze together. Then push through your hands and round. Spread, feel the protraction, the widening of the shoulder blades. Inhale, they squeeze together and you look up. Exhale, they widen and you round. Inhale. Now we're going to focus on the spine as opposed to the shoulders. Tuck your tailbone and follow this until the head is the last thing that comes down. So we're moving in a more wave-like way, more one vertebra at a time. Lift the tailbone, follow this until the head lifts. Tailbone draws under, follow it one vertebra at one, bone by bone. Finally, the chin tuck. Lift the tailbone. I'm going to take my knees back so this I have even more fun with this. And eventually the head lifts. One more time. Tailbone under, follow it through the spine. Tailbone lifts, and crown of the head lifts last. Similarly to my feet, I'm noticing my thumbs, the inner line of my arm, retracting up. So my thumb is having a harder time pushing into the floor, just the way my instep is on or the inner ball of my foot. So I'm gonna focus on that for a moment, rolling toward the thumb side. Bringing my spine into neutral, I'm gonna just circle the ribs. So what we did standing, but with this closed chain. In other words, my hands and knees are pinned to the ground. So I'm rolling my ribs in a circle like a cement truck. Notice if this is coming to you a little more easily than normal. We did this last week. In the other direction. And you might notice that it's just a little easier as we've brought all this intelligence into the shoulders and arms. Yeah. And then walk your knees back a little bit more. Stretch your bum back to your feet and come into this extended child's pose. And can you let your bum sink down to your heels? Oh, no. Okay. And then tuck your toes and back to down dog. Push through your hands. See if you can do just a few of these shoulder slides in down dog. Shoulders going toward your hands, shoulders lifting toward the bum. Rocking the body here. And then go ahead and bring your feet up to where your hands are. We're going to stand in that forward fold. Bend your knees, fold opposite elbows in the palms of your hands. You can rest your head on your dog if your dog is there for you. Thank you. Perfect prop. Take your head no and yes. And check out your feet while you're down here. Are you putting weight evenly on the feet?
Release the hands. If you need your strap, grab it. Interlace your hands behind you. Press the palms together. Bend the elbows, lifting them toward like the lumbar spine. And then begin to straighten the arms, keeping the palms engaging in. Wrap those arms overhead. Hug the shins in toward each other. Pull the belly in strongly. And hang here. Bend your left knee and turn your left ribs toward the right. Reach your palms toward the left. And then center, bend the right knee. Reach your hands toward the right and look toward the left. And center, drop your head. And release the hands. Bring the left hand underneath the left foot. Push the foot down onto the hand and twist toward the right again. Right palm up. I'm standing on my left foot. I'm turning my left ribs toward my right and reaching. Remember the weight we had? Imagine that weight is in your right hand, sinking the arm bone into the shoulder socket and reach, look up to that right hand and bring it down. Tuck it underneath your right foot and turn. My right side, I'm going to glue that to my right thigh as I twist. And turn right ribs toward left. Reach to that left arm, but keep the arm bone sinking into the shoulder socket as though you were holding a weight there. And turn. And really stand on the foot and hand a lot. So you're mashing that into the ground. And center. And then set your hand free. Bend the knees, send your sits bones back, glide your heart forward, shoulder blades on the back. Exhale, fold, and you may notice compared to how you normally are, that forward fold is deep. And those arms there's a lot of space in that upper back for you. You may notice that there. Inhale, lift through the chest, let that lead you up, the arms follow. And bring the hands to the heart. Circle the arms out and reach up. Slide your back ribs up toward your head. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale and step your left foot and then your right foot back. Come into plank. Let's hold up here and feel those shoulder blades supporting us a lot, right? So slide them onto your back. Feel your hands push into the floor and spin your biceps forward. Squeeze your thighs now. Look forward as you lengthen out your spine and hold yourself as you roll down toward the ground. Flip your toes over and reach your arms out in front of you. Rest your head down onto the ground. Point your toes and extend your tailbone down toward your heels. Keep your head on the floor and you're going to make a W with those arms. So squeeze the elbows in toward your back ribs and reach the arms forward. Make a W. You may have to lift your head if the lower back hurts, or tuck your toes under, take the feet a little wider, just to bring a little more stability to the sacrum. And swimming, those arms extend forward and pull. Squeeze, make a W. Reach forward, W the arms back. One more time, reach forward, W back. Now make fists with your hands and push the fists down by your chest. Extend your legs back if you tuck the toes under. Point the toes. Now push a lot into the floor. Push with those fists. Push, push, push. And begin to straighten-ish the arms. Squeeze the elbows in and push down. Slide the shoulders back. So you're in a pushed fist cobra. Look up. And then roll down. Now leave the head down and do the opposite. Lift your fists off the ground. Lift your elbows up. I don't know if it's the opposite, but lift your fists away from the floor and feel your back muscles. And then push your fists back down and push yourself up. Keep those shoulder blades on the back, chest open. Pin your elbows in.
and roll down through the spine, bone by bone. Lift the fists away, squeeze the elbows toward each other. Feel the backs of the arms, the triceps, and then extend the fingers. Roll through cobra, squeeze the elbows, look up, push back to hands and knees, tuck your toes, and lift your tail all the way up. Press your chest toward your thighs and stretch your arms. And then lower your heels. Breathing here. And notice the spherical quality to your breath. We've really opened up all these planes in the upper body, which frees the diaphragm quite well. Inhale, lift your heels and bend your knees. Push down into the floor with your hands and take a little hop up to your hands. Inhale, heart goes forward. Exhale, flow down. Inhale, lift the chest, rise up, reaching up tall. And exhale, arms down by your side. Spin the arms open, biceps forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, diving down. Inhale, look up and step your right foot and then left foot back. Push into the floor. Shoulder blades find their home on the back. Legs are fired up. Let's bend halfway and roll to an up dog. Squeeze your arms. Yeah, and pull your heart forward. Drag along your toes. Tuck your toes. Take it back, downward dog. Inhale. And exhale. Long arms. Shoulder blades on the back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Push down with your strong hands. Jump. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, rise up. Lift the back ribs, stretch the arms. Exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, and fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step your left foot back. And then right foot back, plank. Lower down halfway. Point your toes, roll your chest through. Feel your shoulder blades. Drag your toes forward. Squeeze those arms. Excellent. Downward facing dog. Breathing here, gentle contraction of the throat. Stretch your arms. Put two grapefruits, put a grapefruit in each armpit. So those armpits have depth to them. So the lats are working. Spin the biceps forward as much as possible. That external rotation of the arms. Squeeze the forearms in toward each other. So two separate instructions. Forearms squeeze in. Thumb side of the hand heavy. And then rotate the biceps forward. Then make sure your armpits are still deep. So some of you have to bring your forearms a little more forward. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend the knees and travel up to your hands. Good job. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. Bend your knees, come into chair, and reach your arms up. Then sweep the hands behind you. Interlace them with the opposite lacing from our last forward fold. Stick your bum back and just let those shoulder blades kind of jog together on the back. Feel the chest open, take the head back. Imagine rain on your face, gentle rain. And then fold forward, bringing those arms overhead. Rinsing tension out of the neck and shoulders, out of the spine. Knees can be soft here. Shake the head up. Firm the backs of the arms. Feel the triceps. And then bend your knees. Release the hands. Inhale the arms overhead into chair. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, look up and step your right and then left foot back, plank. Lower halfway, squeeze your sides. Inhale through up dog, squeeze shoulder blades, but widen the arms. Exhale, down dog. Right leg goes up. Open up that hip. Lift that leg, yeah, bend the knee. Take that inner knee up. Yeah, and turn left ribs toward right ribs, look up. Now, look forward. Square your hips and bring your right knee toward your left arm and tap it there. Take it to the right upper arm, yeah, and look to the right. Pick your right foot up a little higher. And then look to your left. Take your knee across. Extend your right leg to the left. Start to lift your left hand up. Roll onto that right hand. My right leg is to the left, and my left arm lifts up. Reach through that left arm, and maybe it goes behind you. Look down to the floor. Reach through that left arm, and bring the left hand down. Spin back up onto your left toes. Extend the right leg high. Draw the right knee to the chest, and let's bring that right foot forward. Bend the back knee to rise up. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, straighten the back leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Try to leave the hips right where they are. Exhale, bend. So it's isolated to the leg. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Bend deeply into that front leg. Reach up through the arms. Bring the hands to the ground. You may want your block for this. Left hand goes on the block. Left leg extends back. Reach the right arm to the side. Pull your belly in and start to rotate your left ribs to your right ribs. A little bit of a balance challenge. Squeeze the sits bones, turn, look up. Bring right elbow into the left knee, round. And then extend back to where you were. Right arm up, left leg back. Elbow to knee. And extend. Yeah. Now we're going to step back, lift that left arm, and twist. Look over the back arm, which is your right one. Right hand goes to your left leg. Left arm comes up by your ear. Twist through the whole spine. Imagine you're holding a scepter or that weight in your left hand. Reach up, maybe look up toward it. It's like a victorious spiral. Unwind it, swim your right hand forward and down. Step back plank. Let's segment the spine here. Lower the knees, the chest and chin. Gliding forward, cobra. Stretch that whole front line. Lift the chin, shoulders back. Exhale to all fours. Tuck your toes, down dog. Ooh la la. Left leg lifts up. Open up that hip. Push through your hands, bend that upper leg. Lift the upper knee. Roll that hip open. Turn right ribs toward left ribs. Look underneath the left arm. Push through your thumb and index fingers. Straighten the legs, square the hips. Take your knee across. Tap the back of the right arm. Take the knee to the left. Look to the left. Tap that left arm and lift the left foot a little higher. Push away from the floor. Take it back to the right arm. Look to the right. Extend the leg. Start to peel that right hand up. Kicking through that left leg. Reach through that right arm. Sweep that right arm. Maybe it goes back. And look to the hand. So you're in a spiral here. External rotation of the arms. Right arm reaches, arcs like a rainbow over your ear. It's a gorgeous rib stretch. Right hand comes down. Square your hips, kick your left leg up. Look forward, draw knee to chest. left foot to left thumb. I widen my back foot a little bit. Bend the back knee to come up, rolling up through the spine. Arms go high. Yeah. Try to isolate this to the leg. Back knee is bent, back leg straightens. Bend, straighten. Couple more times, bending and straightening. Keep the tummy firm. Hold crescent, reach up. As we exhale, we're going to reach that right arm forward. You might want to block there. Place the right hand on the block, step up onto that left foot. Rotate your ribs to the left, reach to your left arm. Extending that back leg. We're going to turn it, left elbow to right knee, crunch in, and twisting half moon, Pavarita Ardha Chandrasana. Right ribs toward left, left arm high, right leg out. Curl it in, and extend. Curl it in, use your core, and twist. Step that right foot back. You're going to pick up that right arm, turn to the left. Left hand reaches back to the back leg. Right arm up by the ear. Right fingers reach up to the sky. Yes, you're victorious here. You're holding that scepter of light. Reach up. My left hand is holding my back leg. Maybe I look up to the top hand. And cartwheel it down. Plank. And low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Downward dog. Walk your hands back to your feet and come into a squat here. Elbows into the knees. Push the chest open. Maybe your squat is here. Maybe your squat is here. Doesn't have to be all the way down. If it is, use the elbows into the knees and open. In my case, here I fall into the arc of the feet. So now I fall to the inner edges. So I work the opposite line and try to push more evenly through the foot by pushing the outer ball of the foot down. This gives some more context to my legs, some more good engagement. Bring the hands to the floor in front of you. We're gonna start moving, but you can do either leg. Remember, my watch is on my right hand. I'm gonna move my left leg behind my right arm. So I'm gonna weave it in there. As I do this, I'm pulling my right arm back. So sometimes this is called animal flow at equinox, or has different names. Back to the center. I'm on the balls of my feet so I can pivot. I'm gonna take my right leg through and bring my left arm back. I'm going to do a few of these. So it's the movement we did in that dog just now, but kind of more isolated. And I'm taking the opposite arm back as far as I can. And I'm trying to initiate the movement from my core, from my stomach. So I'm using my abs to pull me into center, which is much harder than using the legs and arm. So to come into the center, I'm pulling through my core, and twisting. Let's take one more round, but we're gonna stop. So when that left leg comes through, we're gonna bend that left knee. We're gonna take the right hand behind us and turn the hands out. Roll the shoulders back, lift the hips up. So we're in this reverse tabletop. Push down, chin can be at the chest. Yeah. Now we're going to come back to where we just were. We're going to extend, pick up that right hand, extend through that left leg. So we're here. Now use your core, pull yourself in to that squat-like position. Left hand's coming up, right leg sweeps through. We're going to keep turning it. Left hand comes down. We're in that Purvottanasana tabletop. And we're going to come back to where we just were. Right leg extends out, left arm up, back to squat. All right, watch one time. So we're in the squat, same thing, not much different. We're just gonna take it a little more flowy. So, I'm confused, okay. So left leg comes out, right leg goes back. Now my right arm's gonna keep lifting as my feet come down. I'm gonna lift it into a back bend. Lift the butt, really get those hips up. To come back, left leg goes out, and I'm gonna rotate around, use my left hand a lot, come into the squat. So I'm gonna hit the squat each time. Let's try it together. So we're in the squat. We'll do that same side. Left hand comes down, left leg goes out, right arm pulls back. I want you to think of a bow. So add that resistance, pull on that bow. Yeah, now reach to that right arm like you're holding the weight in it. Press to the feet. Push to the left hand to stabilize the shoulder. Reach back. Yes. It's nice quad pose. Push to that right leg. Go back to this archer position. Use your left hand. Pull into a full squat. Yeah, it's a lot. Or whatever full squat is for your body. Right hand down. Right leg goes out. Left hand comes back. The left arm reaches up like it has a scepter. Right foot down. Reach. Float it. Go back to that archer's pose. Right leg is up, left hand is back. Pull in, squat. How'd that feel? So the whole body's involved and the mind. Let's do one more. Left hand down, left leg out. Pull back on that bow. Press your, nice you guys. Push that foot down, reach back. And come back to that archer's pose. Use your left hand, use your belly. Full squat. Right hand down, kick to the leg, pull it back. Foot down, back bend. And of course we've done this in flow. We're just breaking it down so that it's more painful. Yep, we're just back bends. Then back you go. Now use your core. Draw it in, draw it in, draw it in. And Malasana. Use these. Push the knees out, sit up tall. Yeah, and press your hands to the ground. And come onto your knees for a moment. And we're just gonna roll through the spine. And if this is too hard on the knees, do it standing. I like it standing. So chest lifts, and it's a full spinal roll. Chest up, rolling through the spine, booty goes back. Really see if you can find your spine. And you can use your arms any way you want. If they're useful, I find them sort of confusing. And I tell you to reverse it, except I have no idea how to explain the reversal other than to do it. Because they feel the same to me. But hopefully you guys know. And then see if you can try the same thing on your knees. And it's harder because it's more isolated into the spine. You don't realize how much you're using other parts until you take them away. But it involves all the stuff we did today. Working in the shoulders and pelvis. Getting that nice round spine. Standing on the knees, doing a couple of these. Start to reach back with that right arm and circle it around you. And then the left. And keep that fluidity in the spine. And can you do it without twisting the chest around? Just isolating that arm as you work through the spine. And then eventually, it just goes into a camel pose. You reach back to your heels and lift the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Get off your low back. Breathe here. Arms are, everything's open. And come on up. Point your toes. Keep the body line really straight. Have the hands at the hips or 2 blocks. You're gonna make a straight line, a diagonal, from your knees to your shoulders and maybe head-ish. Belly's firm, tailbone's under. You're gonna go back and forward. No back bend, so straight back and forward. It's all quads and forward. Quads. And go as far back as you dare. This one's hard for me. Back, back, back. And forward. Couple more. Straight backs. Ooh. All the strength of your legs. And you can really find that work in the gluteals and the fronts of the legs. Yikes these. And then come on to hands and knees. Wag your tail. And just circle the booty. Both directions. Circle the booty. And take it back again, but let's swim back with the left arm. Chest lifts. Right arm. This time I have my toes pointed, so I don't have that extra 8 inches or so to grab. Lifting through the heels, open the chest. You could tuck your toes under to regress it. Squeeze shoulder blades. Strong quads, those quads you just woke up. Yes, you guys. Come on to all fours. Shake out the hips. Cross the shins. And let's come down onto the back. Okay. So a lot of really concentrated strength today. Hug your legs in and rock side to side with a lot of mental concentration. So these right and left integration help regulate our nervous system, help repattern the mind when there's a lot going on like right now. Bring the soles of the feet together and be on the outer blades of the feet. So we're not going full knees down, Supta Baddha Konasana, a much more conservative version where the big toes are touching. You can have your blocks nearby and lift your butt. So I feel like kind of like a clover. And we're gonna roll all the way to the right leg. Push that right leg down on the floor and use the leverage of the ground. Push the feet together and press that left knee away from you. Push down through your right shoulder, hugging that right shoulder blade in. Trying to peel that left leg open to the left. Make sure your muscles from your hip bones up are engaging in. And then roll toward the center and over to the left. Go all the way over so that left leg's down and press the right knee away. And you may feel the outer hips, the outer glutes. Tailbone is under, belly is really engaging. Left shoulder on the floor. Center, right side again. Leverage the floor. Borrow from the floor to get this opening. Using feet, and over to the left. Pull that right knee away. Tailbone under. Feel your left shoulder. And center. Press the knees wider open now. Tailbone under, belly strong. And then slowly down you come. And you'll notice maybe your Supta Baddha Konasana is relaxed and open. If you want to, glide the blocks under your legs. You also might notice, I'm noticing that my diaphragm is taut in a really good way. So it's not stuck and it's nice and it's like an excellent firm trampoline. And I'm able to take much deeper breaths than I could at the beginning. And I feel the breath more circumferentially, more spherically. Breathing in deeply. And exhale. So with all that's going on, we want our left and right integration. We want our brain firing on all cylinders, our breath firing on all cylinders, because that's what gives us a sense of internal safety. So forget about we can't control the outside world. It's hard enough to control our right and left side. Right, so stabilizing, putting your own mask on first, oxygen mask. That slogan, that phrase,
always appropriate. So this integration of simple movement relaxes the nervous system, and it not in a pandering way. It makes the nervous system feel great, like we taxed it. Take your right hand to your face. This is a brain balance, and we do this breath a lot. You may have noticed, extremely powerful. Covering the right and left nostrils very gently. I like the second and third finger at the brow point between the eyebrows. Covering now, lifting that left side. Inhale through the left nostril. Gently cover. Exhale out the right. Inhale through the right. Closing gently. Exhale left. Inhale through the left, and I want you to hold this one in. Exhale out the right, and you'll pause at the bottom. Sustain emptiness. Inhale through the right and retain the breath. Exhale left and sustain the emptiness. Inhale left. Retain the breath in. Exhale right. Sustain. Inhale right. Retain the breath. Exhale left. Release your right hand down. And breathe normally, or naturally, I should say. Notice the quality of mind right now. Taking one of your props, draw your knees in, one of your blocks. Raise your hips up and place them upon your block. We won't hold this long. We want to turn on all the burners of the body. So we're taking this pilot light. And in Chinese medicine, they talk a lot about, as we age, the separation between the lower and upper burners. And the lower, it's like one gets cold and one gets too hot. So we want to invert the body and find balance. And then bend the knees, place the feet down onto the ground. Raise your hips up, pull the block out, and hold this back bend for a moment. And then slowly glide down the spine. Take your hands behind your head and softly lift it up. Stretch your legs out. Holding the head's weight, let it fall back into your palms. With your hands, glide the head from side to side, supporting your own head. Let your hands rest here, supporting the back of the head, the brain stem, as though your hands were nurturers and you were softly comforting your own skull. And then lower the head down. Sweep your arms down by your side and tuck your shoulder blades onto your back, letting the heart open. Roll the legs in and out, arms in and out. Breathe into the whole body. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, please take a deep breath in. Let the breath out. And be still. Feel the safety of your own home, the support of the ground below, the shelter of your roof overhead, the walls. And even if there's chaos outside, the peace inside your own mind. And maybe there is no peace inside your own mind, but is there peace somewhere in your body? It might just be in a finger. Locate it now, wherever it is, and if it's the tiniest little part of it. Place a little beacon, a little point of light or a little sound on that space, wherever it is. And move that feeling of peace that you've located into one other place. Maybe it's another finger or a knee. Maybe you can spread it through your whole torso, depending how big it is. But notice that you can move it and share it with another part of you. And as you grow more and more connected to this place of peace within you, you'll be able to share it with others as well. Probably not even through talking, just through your own presence or your own listening. Reach your right arm back, draw your left knee in, roll to your right. We'll come right up to sit. As you sit tall this morning, go back to that awareness, that place you just found. Locate it again in this upright position. This is a treasure inside you.
And it is a treasure that which you can share with others. Extend the arms up as an extension of your heart. Look up. Exhale. Bring the hands to prayer at the heart. Bring the palms to your chest and notice what's happening, and don't bypass anything. If there's anxiety, whatever is there, just notice it. What's useful is to notice there's a part of you that can notice. So we get confused. We think the anxiety is us, or the tension, the stress is us. Notice that there's a part that notices. And there's a part of you able to welcome this other part. This practice of right and lefts and all this sensory integration is a practice of remembering, reconnecting to our arms and legs, our right and left side. And it's a practice of unity within the self. How can there be unity in the world if we are so fragmented? So we're working on our own integration patterns. Press right and left hand together at the center of the heart. And we'll move the sound of Om, this vibration, through the whole body, the sound of the earth. Inhale, and then we'll exhale, and then we'll take an Om together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bring the message that lives in your heart to your own mind, bringing heart and mind together. We bow forward, honoring one another, honoring all being. Namaste. Thanks, you guys. I'm just so happy to have you all here. It's such a blessing. Thank you so much. I'm going to stick around for a little while. If you're taking off, I will see you tomorrow morning or in a little bit. I'm going to stay just for a little bit and do a short meditation. This is a love and kindness meditation. It's also called metta. First, I'm just going to get quiet. I'm going to mute everybody. Hi, Ray. Begin to bring into your awareness someone or something that you love. I recommend something really simple, like an animal, not with any sort of complications of humans. So make this something that you love easily, unconditionally. Someone, something. And really call them in as though they were in the space with you right now. And connect your heart to them. And offering this out loud to that person or thing that you love unconditionally. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live easily. May you know peace. May you be happy. May you be healthy. I'm going to add to that. May you be safe. May you live easily. May you know peace. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live easily. May you know peace. And you can continue this on your own, either out loud or in your mind. And there may be longer pauses between the phrases, longer pauses of silence as you grow more still. If you're wandering off in the pauses, make them much shorter and bring the phrases closer together. Now I want you to think of someone who is sick or hurting right now. And it's the same phrases, but you're offering it to that person or group of people who are hurting or maybe ill. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live easily. May you know peace. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live easily. May you know peace. Now you may offer this up to all beings everywhere, all sentient beings everywhere. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live easily. May you know peace. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live easily. May you know peace. Imagine your energy big enough that it is reaching every being. Humble enough or aware enough that they are also reaching you. Receptive is the word. And thank you so much, you guys. I feel connected to all of you. I want to thank you for being here today. Om Shanti Shanti. May there be peace everywhere. Peace to all beings. Peace within yourself. Harmony in your homes. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Thank you so much. And I'll see some of you sooner. Love to all of you. Good luck, Ray. Thanks, Louise. Ray, feel better. Bye, bye, bye. No.